Hello, everyone. So today I'm giving y'all another story time. I love a good story time. I have a bunch of stories to tell. Now, if y'all hear those noises in the background, that is construction. They're building a house over there to get in the framework, this and the third. But who cares about that? All we care about is the story time, which I'm finna give y'all. Today's story time is about my first ever fight. Ah! Yes, y'all, I was fighting. I'm a fighter. Do you see my stance? I'm a fighter. I am a fighter. Yes. Yeah, let me get into the story time. This fight had been like a couple years ago, like 2016. Yeah, around that time. I was only but a little girl. I think I was in elementary school still. How old would I be? I'll be I turned 19 this year, so I'll be 9. I'll be 9. So let's say I'm 9. I'm 9 years old. Elementary school, starting out, right? We just moved down here. We just moved in Sanford around that year. And my mom was dating another man, and he had kids. So we was like, Bear, do not start that. Kind of like a blended family, I think you would call that. And he had a daughter and a son. They were both older than me. The daughter, where she was like in middle school, finna start high school soon, I think, somewhere around there. And the son was in high school, finna graduate. So, giving y'all backstory first before we get into the stuff. At first, right, we lived in this house. It was 3-bedroom, and that's all I need to know. It was a 3-bedroom. So, all the girls slept in one room and all the boys slept in one room at first. It was my sister, me, and her. And then it was the older brother and my brother Nick. He took a fart. Ooh, Bear, your booty hole stink. Us in that room, them in that room. And for a while it was working. We was clicking. I wouldn't really say clicking, but like we got semi-mutual, it was just like all of us in that one house, so we had to come together and just like try to be one. But it really wasn't one, it was more like two. Half and half, me and my siblings and them. So the name I'm gonna give her is Kite. And for the brother, I'm gonna give him Nose. Kite and Nose. So Kite and Nose, they were cool, I would say. They were cool at first, but then they started, showing their other side. They were starting to be like, how do I say this? Like, I want to say like mean, but they were like privileged. Let's say that, privileged. But they really wasn't like privileged, but they were spoiled. That's the word, spoiled. They were like spoiled little brats. Oh, I just hate spoiled little brats. But she was a spoiled little brat, right? So as the years went on and as time went, she kept like getting me in trouble. Like, she kept picking on me. Yeah, I would say picking on me. Come on now, don't be scared. Kept bullying me, I would say too. I was always getting bullied as a kid, I would say. He kept getting me in trouble all the time. Like, I could be like chilling, sitting in my bed, not even paying attention to anybody, and then here she goes, finding a problem out of nothing. Nothing, y'all. I'm just sitting there trying to chill, and she come over here. I'm like, "No, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing," and then she's gonna start yapping, and I wasn't really yapping like that, y'all. I just wanted to be down. Like, I just wanted to fight. Like, I wasn't a yapper, I wasn't an arguer. I just wanted to get to business. And if you wanted to get to business, hit me up, because I was that girl. Now I argue and use my voice, but she kept doing it. And then by that time I was like, man, I'm just gonna let it slide, because I really do not want to even like try to mess up what my mom got going on and try to be like I'm the bad one out of the group. But I just let it slide. And then this one day we decided to play siblings versus siblings. So basketball, siblings versus siblings. My brother Nick, he wasn't a part of it. He was just a coach or like the referee. He was both at the same time. He was just there. So we was just dribbling the ball. And then all of a sudden they started losing because my sister was a baller. Green, she's a baller. She just kept scoring the points on them, and I was over here trying to do my little defense. I'm not a baller, y'all. I'm a sidelines girl. I'm a sideline girly. I was like, I cheer you on, good job, but don't tell me to go over there and run some drills. No. All of a sudden they got mad and they try to run up on us, try to press us. Nose was like coming up to my sister, trying to be on some aggressive type beat, and she wasn't going for it. She stood up on her ground and period. And he backed off, and then now she's trying to get the energy. I had to come in there and I was trying to go back at her. Like, no, right? But that night we didn't fight. Right? I would say a couple days later, right? I'm sitting on the ground playing with my Barbies, playing in this purple Barbie car, and I'm just rolling on the ground with my Barbies because they was finna go get some fast food and they was headed home. That was my storyline. Then she came and she kicked my Barbie doll out the car, and I'm like, yo, what did you do that for? She said, get out of my way, you're in my way, I'm trying to get in the room. Okay, then why didn't you just be like, excuse me, I need to get in the room? And then I had got up and moved. Like, it's not that hard. I'm like, okay, girl, just get out of my way, right? Get out my way. That happened. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna brush that off again. I'm trying to be cool, trying to be cordial. Ain't trying to fight, ain't trying to start nothing. Then time passed. My mom, she left. My mom and her man, they left somewhere. I don't know where they went, but they left. So it was just me and my siblings and Kite and Nose, right? Oh, and also another thing, she was stealing from my sister. Like, she stole her stuff, so we also had that added onto it. And I don't even know how we started fighting, but I just remember that thing made me mad because she got me in trouble with my mom. My mom started yelling at me. Before she left, she started yelling at me, telling me, no, why you gotta be in the way, this and third? I'm like, girl, why can't you be on my side? My side, hello, your doctor. Be on my side, but she wasn't on my side, so that also got me heated. So that happened. I was like, okay. I said, okay, let's go outside. She said, all right. Right, so we go outside and we go to the side of the house so that if my mom pulls up, she can't find me BTA to Kite, right? So I told her that. So before we went over there, we're getting prepared. I'm changing my clothes. I got my clothes on and getting my Timbs on. I think I had some sweatpants and a nice little shirt. Not even nice, it was like dirty ratchet. Put my hair up. My sister greasing my face. She's like, all right, you gonna do this? I said, girl, I'm gonna have to. She keep getting on my nerves. She keep getting me in trouble for no reason. I'm going out there and I'm beating her down. So we at the side of the house and I'm like, okay, come on now, throw your ones. She didn't want to do it at first. She was like, no, hold me back, her brother. Hold me back. Girl, you cannot escape this fight, not this one. I'm getting you. Hold me back, but he's not doing it. So then she ended up throwing the first punch. Boom, right? She got me. I ain't gonna lie. She got me. Guys, this is my first fight. I don't be fighting like that. It's my first one. So she got me. Then that's in the moment I realized, girl, you have to lock in. So I start punching. Boom! Hitting her. Head, shoulders, even toes, stomach, side. I was hitting every spot I could possibly. Y'all did not care. I was throwing them haymakers. She was getting me also, right? Then my sister in the back like this. Come on now, keep your head up. Hey, there you go, girl. Get her. Hit her. Get her right there. Get her on the ground. There you go. Right? Then gassed out. I'm like, yes. In my head, I'm like, yes, girl, you got this, girl. No. Right? And I get closer. So I spear her. Boom! On the ground. Now she's on the ground. And now I have my advantage. Now I can get on top of her and do her in. And that's exactly what I did. So I got on top of her, right? And as I'm getting on top of her, Usher, beating her in, right? Nose decided to come try to, jump in. That's not gonna happen. You know why? I had my sister there. She came up and she said, what you gonna do? Pressing him, right? He back up. No, I'm good. I don't want to fight you. Right? Nose back up. but nose backed up. He ended up going in the house because he was scared. That pressure from my sister was, whoo, it was some heat. He could not take it. So I'm doing her in, boom, 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 right? Then I end up getting off of her, right, and put her in this move. I don't know what move it was, but I learned this move back in back in the day, and it was this martial art move. So I had my leg, right? She was in the middle between my legs, and I like crossed them around her, and I was squeezing her, right? So her head is like right here in my pelvis area. Whoa, pause, right? And her torso is like in between my legs, right? So she had beads in her hair, so I grabbed her hair, right? And I'm pulling the beads out, and I'm still with my other hand making her face. Whoa, pause. That was kind of interesting. Well, I was beating her in, right? My sister over here like, get up, can I get up, right? I did not want to get up because I was doing her in, her beads falling on her head. She over here like this, stop. Girl, I'm not gonna stop. I'm doing you in. Why would I stop? Girl, you need to know how to get up. But I had to get up because my mom, she was literally pulling in the driveway, right? So my sister, she took me from the side of the house into the side door in the back, so that, you know, don't look like I was doing anything, like we wasn't a part of this. And she went through the front. And then as I'm going in there, my sister's like, oh yeah, Kanaya, you did that. Hey, you did that. You did her in. This is not a third, right? I'm over here like this. I really did. Didn't I do it? Yes. Geeked, excited, because this was my first ever time I ever fought, and that fight was good. I wish I could have recorded it, but you know, we wasn't really thinking about that back in the day. I just wanted to do her, and she was getting on my nerves, kept getting me in trouble. But yeah, y'all, that's my first fight, and I won it. And she was like older than me, taller than me. She wasn't bigger than me. I always been a big girl, but she had all these attributes to make her like win the fight. That she could have won the fight, but you know, I prevailed. You know how they say the underdog always wins? I was the underdog, and I won. So hopefully you guys like this story time. I have some more story times I like to do, but I had to give y'all this one because this one is one for the books. So hopefully y'all liked it. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, everyone.